Welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have Nextech AR Solutions. It trades on the OTCQB under the symbol NEXCF and on the CSE under the symbol NTAR, and is the engine accelerating the growth of the metaverse. Using breakthrough AI, Nextech AR is able to quickly, easily, and affordably ARitize or transform vast quantities and varieties of existing assets at scale, making products, people, and places ready for interactive 3D use, giving creators at every level all the essential tools they need to build out their digital AR vision in the metaverse. Please welcome its CEO, Evan Gappelberg. Welcome, Evan.
Thanks, Anna. I would just say we actually uplifted to the OTCQX. So we're no longer on the QB, we're on the QX, the same symbol, NEXCF.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Safe harbor, obviously. Also, we are in the middle of a financing, so it is somewhat of a quiet period as well, just, when we start doing some Q&A. But our mission as a public company is to essentially own, control, and monetize multiple pure play technologies. And we have a diversified portfolio. As CEO and founder of Nextech, I think it's really important that you know the track record of the person that you're investing in, because at the end of the day, my belief is you're betting on the jockey, not the horse. So I have a positive track record that spans over 20 years of creating value for shareholders, going all the way back to taking Take-Two Interactive Software public. Now has a $20 billion valuation, up from $30 million when I got involved. Symbols TTWO, got involved in a cannabis company, went up 40x in 18 months. Nextech went public originally back in 2018 at 25 cents a share, and it hit $10 in 20 months with a $700 million market cap. I believe that 2023 is deja vu all over again for Nextech, where the stocks come back a bit. But I believe with the business that we're doing and the business that is now coming in our front door, that our share price is extremely undervalued here. We did spin out one of the companies that I said was getting zero valuation, a technology that was inside of Nextech called ARway. That was a 25-cent IPO that was spun out in October 2022. And in 6 weeks, the stock hit $2.50, creating $50 million in shareholder value, essentially overnight. We are going to do that again and again. And so, again, my track record is creating shareholder value. I am the single largest shareholder in Nextech, and I own over 10% with almost 11 million shares. Our strategy is getting in front of these multi-decade, multi-trillion-dollar mega trends. If you look at the internet back in 1995, that was a mega trend. And, there's been lots of money made. You look at Bezos with Amazon. If you go and you look at Apple and the smartphone, that was a technological revolution. Today, it's being driven by AI, not just AI, but AR and 3D. And that's what really Nextech does. We commercialize technology. AI is the secret sauce. It's the engine. But essentially, we're making 3D models for Amazon. That's ARitize 3D. It's driving significant revenue for our business. ARway is a company we just announced that we spun out, and we spent a year and a half, essentially 18 months, commercializing that technology. Toggle 3D is tech we built in-house, and we are about to spin that out. We've announced that will be spun out roughly in 90 days. And then we have Nextech Event Solutions, which is an end-to-end integrated solution platform for the events industry. If you look at our share structure, it's pretty tight, a little over 100 million shares. Again, I'm the single largest shareholder. The stock has come down with the market, but I believe that we are primed for a major move. If you look at our diversified technology company, you have essentially four businesses inside of Nextech, four disruptive end-to-end solutions that speak to this mega trend in AI, the mega trend in 3D, the mega trend in augmented reality, and the mega trend with machine learning. So ARitize 3D, again, AI-powered 3D model creation at scale for e-com. If you're on Amazon and shopping for product and you see a 3D model, it's likely a 3D model that Nextech created for Amazon. We are a preferred 3D model supplier. This just happened in Q3 2022. It is a transformative deal for us, and there's more coming. If you look at our competitive advantage, highly scalable using AI, we're the lowest cost, highest quality 3D model supplier. Target and Walmart are on deck. Amazon's already in-house, but we expect to see expansion contracts there. Toggle 3D, as mentioned, is going to IPO. So if you're a shareholder in Nextech, you will get free shares in Toggle 3D. The last IPO we spun out, you got free shares in ARway, which went from 25 cents to $2. It's now trading at around $1.25. But Toggle 3D, again, AI-powered, self-serve 3D design studio. It's going to compete head-to-head with Adobe. There's no learning curve. It's point and click. You don't need to be a designer. You don't need to be a developer. Anyone can use it. You can go online, download Toggle 3D, and essentially start using it today. Nextech Event Solutions is our event technology platform addressing the $50 billion events industry. It really is something special. There's really not much new technology that's happened in the last 2 decades in the event industry. We've taken all of our technology and essentially built it into one end-to-end solution. So you could do ticketing, you could do booth sales, but you can also do augmented reality wayfinding. We could also supply 3D models to the people that are exhibiting at the event. And we expect that business to grow quite rapidly in 2023 and beyond. As mentioned, ARway, augmented reality wayfinding, we still own 50% of the shares of that spin out, which is worth around $16 million. You don't need any coding, no hardware, and of course, no beacons. And we're working on a number of pilot programs with ARway, which we expect to turn into commercial projects very, very soon. If you look at our goals, it's create 3D models with AI at mass scale for e-com sites. Again, Amazon is one of our biggest. It's really our biggest account, but they're not our only account. Napa Auto Parts, Kohl's, CB2. We just landed Procter and Gamble. These are not easy, contracts and not easy customers to land. We're working on landing other big names as well, soon to be announced. But our competitive edge is really our AI, which gives us the ability to scale. Our product market fit is that 3D models really are a proven solution to massively increase sales for the e-commerce ecosystem, which is a $5.5 trillion global market. Huge ROI is driving the adoption, 94% higher click-through rate, 40% decrease in returns when you buy using 3D models, and a 250% higher conversion rate. If you just think of the returns alone, Amazon loses $300 billion a year in returns, and 3D models are reducing that number by 40%. That's $120 billion that hits Amazon's bottom line. That's why they're going headfirst into 3D models. That's why our business is really starting to take off. And when you look at our business, there's a lot of catalysts that are building around the demand for these 3D models, and it's coming from enterprise accounts, Amazon, Target, and Walmart. With that, let's go to the video.
Customers want 3D and AR models while they shop. Is your e-commerce store ready for that? Google ranks 3D models higher in organic search than typical 2D ones. Allow us to introduce you to the ARitize 3D app for e-commerce. ARitize 3D is a quick and easy one-stop shop for all of your e-commerce and 3D AR needs. Adding augmented reality to your site isn't as time-consuming or expensive as you might think. We turn products into existing 3D AR models without any 3D experience or fancy equipment with our end-to-end solution. The only requirement? Your regular 2D photos that are already on your site. Our artificial intelligence technology makes it that simple. We create models in-house for you and host them on our cloud so your site runs at top speed. After your approval, models integrate with your e-commerce store and you're ready to wow your customers. This means 3D lifts conversion rates by 250%. Click-through rates jump by 94%. Download ARitize 3D for your e-commerce store and start making 3D magic today.
All right, so that's a $100 billion market that we intend to become the dominant player in. If you look at our Toggle 3D platform, Toggle 3D is an AI-powered 3D design studio. Again, we're going to be IPOing this in the next 90 days. It's proprietary technology that takes CAD files and turns it into 3D visualizations with no 3D design experience required. If you look at the legacy software, it's essentially Adobe. To use Adobe, you need a PhD in design. With a Toggle 3D, there's no learning curve. It's web-based and it's fully collaborative. If you look at the product market fit, again, we have over 100 early adopters that are using it since our beta launch in Q4, and we're seeing manufacturers, production, and design people come in and use the technology, and we are getting rave reviews. We see it as disruptive breakthrough technology that leverages AI and machine learning to create this web-based SaaS 3D design studio, and we just expect that Toggle 3D is going to grab a massive share of the $11 billion CAD market. If you look at our event solution, Nextech Event Solutions integrates our suite of groundbreaking proprietary technology. Again, you can now do wayfinding at a trade show. Nobody has that technology but Nextech. And we do see this disrupting the event industry. The next time you go to an event, you might run across this technology, which will allow you to wayfind using augmented reality to the booth. And we see this as transforming the $50 billion event industry. Map Dynamics integrates with Nextech's groundbreaking technology, and the leadership team is being driven by Malia, who's an experienced executive in the events industry. Again, this is an event platform, interactive floor plans, sponsorship sales, ticket sales, booth sales, AR activations, indoor wayfinding. There's a marketplace, there's a mobile app. It is an end-to-end solution, and we see this driving revenue in 2023 and beyond at a very, very rapid pace. ARway is disrupting the indoor wayfinding market. The symbol on ARway in the US is ARWYF, as in Frank. In Canada, it's ARWY. We see this as a first mover in the $44 billion wayfinding market. It's proprietary, no code, spatial computing platform. It's essentially a doorway into the Metaverse. Lots and lots of exciting projects happening. We just spun it out, and we're talking with some enterprise customers that are extremely interested in using this technology. And I would stay tuned for some blockbuster contract news in the near term in Q1. So if you look at 2022 financial highlights, for Nextech, our annual 3D modeling revenue, we pre-announced up 266% to 1.5 million. When we look forward in 2023, we have a number of analysts, Zacks, H.C. Wainwright, and Singular Research, that have price targets ranging from $250 a share to $1.33. And if you look at their revenue targets, somewhere between 10 and 20 million in revenue, up from 1.5 on the 3D modeling business. We did do 10.3 million in total for 2022. 7 million of that was legacy business. As we roll forward in 2023, we're bringing forward 3.1 million, and we expect that to grow quite rapidly, somewhere in the 300 to 500% range in 2023. Our margins are improving, our business is getting stronger, and the reason is that we have 4 groundbreaking proprietary technologies that are in hyper growth markets. Hyper growth markets, they just keep growing at a very, very rapid rate. Artificial intelligence, 3D imaging, machine learning, augmented reality. These are hyper growth markets that are multi-decade mega trends, and all of our tech essentially addresses these markets. If you look at the technical talent, we have a super team of individuals who have deep expertise in each of these technologies. And again, just to summarize, we're perfectly positioned with enormous scalable revenue potential. Mass adoption of our technology is being led by big tech, AI, 3D models, augmented reality, machine learning, all hyper growth segments. And we have ARitize 3D, which is addressing the 3D model market for e-commerce, ARway, which is addressing the indoor positioning and navigation market, Toggle 3D, addressing the global computer CAD market, and Nextech AR Solutions, addressing the global event market. Transformational technological shift is happening right now, and we are super excited to take part. And with that, we'll open it up to questions.
Great job, Evan. Okay, so how long does it take to fulfill Amazon's 6.7 million order this year?
Yeah, so the way it works with Amazon is every month they send us X thousands of models to produce, and we deliver on a monthly basis. And so Amazon is continuing to innovate in terms of what they allow on their platform. Currently, they're buying directly from Nextech, and so those models that you referenced will be delivered over the course of 2023. But we expect that number is actually going to go up, because they're starting to open their platform to individual merchants in the Q1 of 2023, meaning in the next couple of weeks. They're going to announce that they're opening up Amazon Central so that any one of their merchants can bring 3D models onto their platform. And Nextech is a preferred 3D model supplier for Amazon. So we will be referred to their millions of merchants. So we expect that to go up.
Thomas Martin says, judging by the share price action, the market appears surprised by Nextech's recent capital raise. So can you explain what prompted the capital raise with research capital and how Nextech plans to use the funds?
Sure. So we've discussed a number of times in the past about capital raising. We have raised money over the last 4 years. I mean, public companies do go to the market and raise capital. That is a main reason why you're public. So just, to put that in perspective. At the same time, we look for acquisitions. There are acquisition targets that we are actively looking at. And if those deals were to close, we would need additional capital. And so, you raise money when you can, not when you need to. And so that's kind of the short version of what's going on here today.
Cheryl Wade says, what's the revenue model on the 3D models? Is it a per model fee, or do companies pay a subscription? Who does the modeling? Are they done in-house, or can the customers do the modeling with your platform?
Yeah, so it's both in terms of the first part of the question. Amazon doesn't buy, through subscription. They just buy 3D models at scale. The big boys, they just buy them. But the smaller medium guys buy through a subscription with us, where they'll buy over a period of 12 or 24 months. All of our supply contracts, however, with the big box retailers are 24, 36-month contracts. So even though they might be buying models once, they buy every month. So in essence, it's all subscription business, right? As far as making the models, our proprietary AI is participating in making the models. We make the models. The customer does not make the models themselves. At some point in the near future, we hope to have technology that will allow you to bring a photo of a 3D model to our platform, and of a 2D actual photo, and our AI will spit out a 3D model.
Very cool. Asad Rashid asks if you can talk about the developments from the Alpha North Capital event. There are unofficial reports from various media outlets about financing, but no reports from Nextech as of yet.
It's not true. We actually press released the financing on Monday. So okay. There is a financing happening as we speak. So that is underway, and that is creating some short-term pressure on the share price, which is quite typical. But my belief is that it's going to be short-lived.
Kate Herrera wants to talk a little bit about the 3D model, the Toggle 3D model. Adobe has a 165 billion market cap. So how long do you think it'll take Toggle to become competitive on a total user basis?
It's a very tough question. I don't really have an answer that would be intelligent, meaning like I could guess. But the reality is we're just launching. And when you just launch, you have nothing but upside. So from our perspective, in a very short amount of time, we have over 100 people on the platform. That number is only going to grow. We do expect it to go viral as we start to step on the gas in terms of marketing and in terms of the full-on launch of that platform. So I think it's going to go rather quickly, although I'm not going to put a time frame on it.
Gio Shret wants you to hash that out a little bit more. So how is the money made with Toggle 3D? What's the business model, and how are you going to grow revenues?
So Toggle 3D is a SaaS business. That means it is a no-touch platform. We essentially sell seats. So you would pay $29.99 for a seat, $49.99 for a seat, $99.99 for a seat. It could be $999, depending upon what kind of tools you need. For enterprise customers, obviously, you might have 100 seats or some level of seats for your users. Otherwise, you might only have a couple of seats. But the point is that this platform, unlike Adobe, which is really for skilled, experienced graphic designers, you can use this platform. This platform is for the masses. This platform is really for everybody to be able to use and create their own 3D magic.
Exciting. Jim Bogus asks, does the market recognize Nextech as an AI company?
Probably not, although that can change in a minute. So as we continue to develop more AI, as we file more patents around AI, as our technology gets stronger and goes into the market, I do believe we will get recognized. But that's where the value is that it's early days for AI, early days for Nextech being recognized. with its AI technology. And that's why we do these presentations, so that investors can essentially get in front of other, the bigger wave of buying.
Bill Curtis states, you're working with some of the biggest names in the world, Facebook, as it's now called, Meta, maybe to a fault in the metaverse. I believe they would need to be acquisition-minded in this space. So Bill is wondering if this potential exit is in the cards for ARway.
So it's a little early to talk exit when we just entered in October as a public company. Typically what happens is companies go public, they start to develop relationships, they start to close deals. As they start to scale, that's when the conversation shifts towards acquisition. So we're a little early in the growth curve to really talk about an acquisition, but it wouldn't surprise me, as we are starting to scale that business, that somebody would be interested in acquiring it.
Jim Fowler says, betting on the jockey, you have your hands in many products. So how can you assure the investors that you're not diluting yourself? Please talk a little bit about your staff and how all these ventures are managed.
We have a very robust team of people working at Nextech. I have a COO. I have a number of senior VPs. We have a team of 20 plus software engineers, full stack developers. We have people from all different corporate backgrounds at Nextech. We're about 70 people strong. So it's a deep bench of talent here. It's not just me. You only see me on these events where I'm talking to investors, but there's a deep bench, and we are actually hiring more talent, because you're right. I can't be CEO of 3 or 4 public companies. And so think of me as CEO of Nextech. I'm the jockey. I'm the one with the vision. There will be additional hires. There will be new CEOs for these spin-outs. Obviously, I can't do it all.
Right. Of course not.
Yeah.
Adrian Cantwell wants to know, who are your main competitors? Big tech? Others?
I would say that if you think about public companies, it's only big tech. There's no small companies that do what we do. But in terms of pure play, there really isn't any other pure play public company that does what we do.
Good answer. And Caleb Fisher wants to know, how are you staying ahead of the curve? Can you talk a little bit about your R&D and the resources that go into it?
We have an R&D team and R&D budget. Our CTO is Apple computer vision. And so we spend a lot of time developing tech, and that tech, once commercialized, once we see a path to commercialization, goes into our patent, goes to our patent attorneys. And so we are in the process now of patenting a number of our proprietary technologies that we've developed in-house, and we expect that to continue. There is a process, and we do follow that process in-house.
And Mike Cho wants to know, what's the current monthly cash burn rate?
We've discussed previously, it's around $500K.
Got it. Evan, do you have any closing remarks for our viewers?
Yeah, I would just say to stay the course, that the market is always going to throw curveballs at you. There's always going to be naysayers. I remember when Tesla, back in, when stock was $200, people were very negative on Tesla, and then it went to $1 trillion market cap. So I don't think you can look at Nextech in terms of like, hey, what's happening today? You have to think in terms of what's going to likely happen over the next 12 months. And from where I'm sitting, over the next 12 months, I see tremendous valuation adjustment in all of our spinouts and in Nextech itself.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future, Evan.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, everyone, stay with us, and we'll be right back with our next presenter.